Hey writers, happy Monday, I guess. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Gearing up for a short week, that's never a bad thing, right? Okay, so a few reminders this morning about what we've got coming up this week. First and foremost, we know that our Unit 1 culminating activity is due at 9 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. So just a quick reminder about what that entails. By now, you absolutely should have posted a rough piece from Unit 1 to our discussion board, which is linked below. While you're waiting for feedback from peers, you are to provide your own peer editing feedback to at least 2 of your classmates. This would be a great opportunity today to go back over the discussion board and see if there's anyone who's posted work that doesn't have feedback from classmates attached to it. We want to make sure that everyone has enough suggestions that they can make their work better and improve their mark. So if you see that there's someone who's still waiting, consider giving them some feedback, even if you've already talked to 2 of your peers. As I mentioned earlier, I will definitely take into consideration those people who went above and beyond and gave thoughtful, meaningful, and useful feedback to more than the minimum requirements. So, if you haven't already gotten your peer feedback, then you want to go and look for those extra opportunities to help others. If you have, you're now into the self-editing process. So you want to go through that feedback carefully, decide which suggestions you're going to actually implement into your final draft and which ones you might choose to disregard if you don't think that they're in line with your vision for your piece. If you do have questions about whether or not a particular suggestion would be worthwhile to take into consideration, feel free to send me an email or page and I can work through that decision with you. You should also be working through the steps in the lesson content to look at your draft multiple times, each time looking through a different lens. So sometimes we're looking at big picture ideas, sometimes we're looking at plot development, sometimes we're just looking for those nitpicky things like punctuation and grammar. So once that's done, you want to develop your final draft, and don't forget you also have that 200-word reflection that needs to go with your final draft that walks me through your peer and self-editing process and explains to me things like why you chose to make the corrections you did and why you chose to disregard any peer editing feedback that maybe you chose not to listen to. So that's all due to the Dropbox by 9 a.m. on Wednesday. The other thing I wanted to remind you is that Wednesday is also the day that you are going to be emailed a PDF version of your progress report for our class. You probably won't get that till later in the evening, but you do want to check your D2L inbox for that information. So again, that is not an official report card, nothing that universities see. I just want you to be aware of where you stayed in the class so far based on these first few assignments so that you can continue on with your great work habits if you're happy with where you're standing, or you can use this opportunity to maybe reevaluate how much effort is going into the course if you would like to see your mark improve. And again, if you have any questions about your progress in the course, you're always welcome to send me an instant message or an email. So back to that culminating activity for today. Any questions, please send me a page or email, and we will talk soon. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.